Hey guys, my name's Brandon Knight. I'm the director of our Lonely Savannahs initiative, and this month I thought I would just do things a little bit different. I'm here in the office, and I wanted to just, kind of recap our fire season and talk a little bit about it. Things are a little different around here at the Orion Indigo Snake Preserve. Our seasonals are gone, and fire season is definitely it's starting to wind down. We're not done by any means. We'll still have some more burn days left, specifically on the preserve, some private land, and helping partners as well. But typically between June and July, we don't have near as many burn days, mainly just due to the weather. This year, if I had to just sum it up in one phrase, hell of a year. That's probably the best way to put it. It was one for the books for sure. It was a record year. We actually got more accomplished this year than we have since inception. To date, we got done right at 6,200 acres, and over half of that was on private land as well. And that's something I'm very proud of. Working with the private landowners is definitely near and dear to my heart, and especially in regards to our mission, we feel that in order to benefit a species with the conservation that we do, we have to work with a private landowner. Over 90% of the land base in Georgia is private land, and so with that being said, in order to make an impact, it starts there. State federal land is obviously extremely important. A lot of awesome habitat, rare species on those, but there's also just as much good stuff on private land, and that's kind of like where we see our niche, and it's very rewarding work. I've always said, one of the greatest things that I love about my job is not only the conservation work that we do, but the relationships that we build with the landowners every year. It really becomes more than just a work relationship. It's friendships have been made for sure. But this year, it was for all the challenges that we had, from COVID-19 to the rain. Really wet winter, we got a lot done. So starting at the beginning, we had really wet winter, and it seemed like we were only able to burn there for a while, only on the weekends. Fire crews, they didn't have hardly any time off. We were, working on stuff in the shop or trying to prep in between rain, and it just the way that every burn day fell was on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or Saturday and Sunday, and and that's how this line of work is. When the weather's right, you burn, and that's the mentality you have to have, no matter if it's on Saturday or Sunday or whenever, in order to meet our goals, to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish. That's what you have to do. And it paid off. We try to do things a little different this year. It was really awesome having Jacob to be able to lead burns and split up, and also capitalize on our interagency burn team partners. There was days we were actually able to do 3 and 4 operations in one day, and essentially an operation is basically not really necessarily a unit, but basically a unit or units that we can burn in one day with just a normal crew. So by doing 3 or 4 burn unit operations in a day, we were having to pull other partners in to help us out. And we were extremely efficient this year. And that's how we were able to get almost 6,200 acres. And it showed. We actually had fewer burn days, 48 burn days as of right now, and but 79 operations, and that's insane. We usually only float somewhere around in the 60s in a year. As far as operations go, and about 55, 56 burn days in a year. So it was just an incredible year. We were able to, because of all that moisture, we were able to get fire into a lot of places that hasn't seen fire in up to 100 years on some units. And beautiful fire effects, really, able to just expose that duff to allow it to oxidize without consuming or getting that duff involved. And just a heck of a year. As I said, if I could sum it up, I would say a hell of a year. But with things winding down, back in January at fire training that we were helping with, that DNR was putting on, a DNR colleague and I were sitting there talking, and he's like, probably one of the worst things in a way about fire season is it coming to an end, because every year you develop these relationships with all these different fire crews and people, these seasonals that are brought in, and you always hate to see people go. You develop these relationships, and you really wind up working really well with each other. And it's always sad to see folks go, but at the same time, it's looking back and looking at all the work that we've done, it's very, very rewarding. And so it makes you look forward to next year. And that's definitely another thing that's very very cool about this line of work. Next year is going to be very interesting. We've got a lot of stuff. I've already kind of started pre-planning in a way for next year. A lot of different things coming on, so it's going to be very interesting. So stay tuned. We thank all of y'all, for y'all's support, and we just thank you. Appreciate it, guys.